I've got another lesson for you today, and today I'm going to show you Philip Sayce's Alchemy, which is an instrumental blues ballad, I suppose you could kind of describe it. It's one of my favourites anyway, and it's not too difficult. There's some fast little runs in there, but I'll show you the intro, probably the first verse and the chorus. And I've got a ditto looper, which is kind of playing the rhythm in the background for me. It's just a couple of simple chords. I'll show you what the chords are. Basically, the guitar's in E flat, by the way, and the first chord we're going to play is going to be an E minor chord, so into a D, into a C, into B, and that's repeated twice. And then once he's repeated that twice, he's going to play this: C to D to an E minor to an F sharp minor to a G, back to a C, back to a D, D sharp, E minor. And that's basically the chords. Very simple. And I'll write those in the description as well. And anyway, once we've played those chords, we're going to start off with this lick. Once I've put my little overdrive pedals on, we're going to start off with this lick. And very simple. It's in E minor pentatonic, or E minor, yeah, whatever. And we're going to start off with the 9th of the G string. Oh, by the way, I've got a delay pedal. I was struggling to hear whether Philip Sayce was playing these notes at the beginning twice, or whether it's just a delay carrying on. And I'll show you both ways anyway. This is with a delay, so we're going to go. So all that is basically 9 on the G, to 8 on the B, to 10 on the B, and then bend it up. So. And if you have not got a delay, you can kind of play those twice. It kind of fills the kind of delay for you. But I've got a delay, so I'm going to play like this. Once you get that bend, which is a 10 of the B, give it some vibrato. Then the next little lick's going to go like this. Which goes 3 times, so that's going to be a bend up on the B string at the 10th. Actually, we're going to kind of bend it before we pick it, so, and you kind of bend it down. And then we're going to go. So it's going to be a bend up on that 10th of the B again. Get the 10th of the high E, so. Then we're going to go. Kind of bend it up and bend it down on that 10th of the B, so. And so far we've got this. And give it some vibrato as well. Then the next little lick goes like this. which I think is what he's playing. You know, it's kind of along those lines. So what we're doing there is we're going to slide from the 10th of the B and the E. We're going to do a double stop slide. So from the 10th to the 12th, then back to the 10th, and then we're going to kind of go. So what I'm doing there is I'm going to fret that 12th fret of the D string, but rest my finger over the others, so I'm getting that. Oops. So it's kind of a rake over the, and then getting the 12th of the D. So, and then quickly I'm going to play that, which is a double stop again, which is going to be on the 7th of the G and the 8th of the B. And then when I play it, I give it a bit of vibrato, and how I'm doing that is I'm basically using that part of my hand to kind of pivot on the fretboard. So I'm kind of pulling down, releasing the pressure, pulling down, releasing the pressure, and doing it very quickly. So far we've got this. So the next lick after that is I kind of put the front pickup for this lick, so I think it sounds really cool and really beefy when it's played with the front pickup. And and the next lick goes like this. So what we're doing there is we're going to play that 7th of the G, 8th of the B, and then hit the kind of hammer onto the 9th of the G whilst we're keeping that shape. So and then get the double stop again. And then we're going to reach over and get the 10th of the D, so, and then play the double stop again, so. Then we're going to go. So what we're doing there is we're playing another double stop, which is going to be the 7th of the D and the G. And then we're going to hammer on this from the 7th to the 9th of the D string. So. And then we're going to play that double stop 7 of the D and the G in, and then we're going to reach over to the 10th of the A. So far we've got this. So slowly again, which is the 10th of the A, and then we're going to end up by going basically 7th of the D and the G again and hammer onto that 9th. So that very slowly goes. So we get up to speed, and then we're going to do this cool little bend. So what we're doing there is we're going to bend the 7th of the B string, and kind of do that, so kind of bend it up. Oops, do it properly. And then we're going to go. So it's going to go 8 of the G to 7th of the D, so 9th of the D. And then we're going to kind of rake, that similar rake thing where we're going to fret the 9th of the A, but kind of rake across, so that finger's laying against all those strings apart from on the 9th where it's actually fretting the 9th of the A. So. And then we're going to do this, which is just an arpeggio of a B major chord. So what we're doing there is we're going to play 7th of the E, low E, and then we're going to go 8th of the G, 7th of the B, 7th of the E. So that little bit goes. So that basically is the intro. The next little part is I'm going to kind of class as the first verse, and it's going to start off with this. And it's going to start off like this. Very similar again. So we're going to slide up from kind of around here to the 9th of the G. Then we're going to go 8th of the B, and then we're going to bend up on the 10th of the B. So. Give it some vibrato, and then we're going to let it dwell and let the chords play a little bit, and then we're going to kind of get this. which I think what's going to kind of happening is it's kind of sliding down from the kind of 17th area, not really fretting anything, just you know, laying his hand on the string. So doesn't matter exactly where, and then we're going to do this. So what we're doing there is we're going to slide from the 10th to the 12th of the B, get the 10th of the high E, and then slide that 12 back to the 10th on the B, so get an 8th of the B, so and then we're going to bend the 10th of the B, and then fret it and give it some vibrato, so then we're going to go a little simple lick, and that basically what we're doing there is we're going to start kind of do a pre-bend on the 10th of the B, bend it down, and then pull off to the 8th, so, and then end up on the 9th of the G, so, and then we're going to hammer on from the 8th to the 10th of the B, and give it some vibrato, so, like that slowly. Then we're going to do this cool little lick, and again I think this is what's happening, may not be 100% accurate, but it sounds cool to me. So how we're going to play that little lick is we're going to do a little slide from the 10th to the 12th of the B and the E, and then back to the 10th, oops, and then we're going to go, so we're going to kind of pre-bend that 10th of the B, bend it down, pull off to the 8th, get a 9th of the G, sorry, so, and then very quickly we're going to go, so what that is going to be that double stop again from the G string 7th fret, B string 8th fret, and then slide it up by 2, and then go back to the beginning position, so that goes, so that entire little lick goes. Great little lick, and again you don't have to be totally accurate, but that's what it sounds like that to me anyway. Next little lick. The next little lick after that goes, and how we're doing that is we're going to do that double stop again, which is going to be the 7th for the G, 8th for the B, and we're going to hammer on to the 9th of the G, so, oops, and then take it off and play the double stop again, so, and then we're going to go. So once we played that double stop, hammered on to the 9th of the G, we're going to play 10th of the D, and then go back to that double stop again, so, then we're going to go, very similar as before, where we're going to bar the G and the D string at the 7th, then we're going to hammer on to the 9th of the D, and then get the double stop again, so far we've got this. Actually, sorry, that's phrased ever so slightly different. It's phrased the way I just played it there. And then end up on 2 of the A string 10th fret. And you can give it some vibrato if you want. So that goes like this. And if you want to give that vibrato, the way I do it is I kind of, once I've played that note with my little finger there, I kind of use the others to pull down and do the vibrato, because it's very hard playing vibrato with a little finger. So that again, very slowly goes. And then the next little lick goes. Very, in fact, basically identical to the intro. So I'll play it slowly, but I've mentioned it in the intro. Which ends up on that kind of B arpeggio. So that's basically the verse, the first verse, and you know all the other verses have little variations on that. You have to listen to it. I could show you it, but it'll take probably 20 videos and ages. But basically, that's the essence of the verse. And once we've done that verse and the intro, we're going to be into the chorus, and it goes like this. So what we're doing there, Cool little lick, and again this has got variations further on in the song. We're going to slide up to the from anywhere to the 9th of the G, get the 8th of the B, so give it some vibrato, and then kind of bend the 10th of the B, and up, and then pull off to the 8th of the B. So you can kind of do that if you want. Kind of bend it up, and then bend it up slightly more. So, not sure if he does that, but it sounds cool anyway. But that again. Then we're going to go to the 7th. So from that 7th, we're going to go to the 9th, to the 7th on the G, back to the 9th again. So from that, we're going to go 9th of the 7th, sorry, of the B to the 8th. So far we've got this. And then once we do that, we're going to do this cool little slide. So we're going to hit that note, and then which is basically a kind of E minor chord, really. So then we're going to go. So we're going to slide from the 7th to the 9th of the A string, and then we're going to get the 10th of the B string, and that's kind of going to be the F sharp minor. So remember in the chords from the beginning we play, and then we're going to go, it's going to be a G, and what we're doing there, so far we've got this. Then after that we're going to go, so we're going to slide from that 9th to the 10th of the A, and then get a 12th fret of the B string. So and the next little lick after that is a cool little lick. It goes like that. So what we're doing there is we're going to be on the 17th of the high E. We're going to kind of pre-bend it, pull off to the 15th, go to the B string 17th. So then we're going to go quickly go from that 17th. Then we're going to go. That's basically going to be 16th of the G. Slide down to 14th. Get the 12th. So. And then we're going to basically end like this. So what we're doing there is we're going to slide up that 9th of the G again, get the 8th of the B, give it some vibrato, 10th of the high E, and then get the 10th of the B and bend it. That kind of Dave Gilmour kind of bend. I call that Dave Gilmour bend, where he bends it, then bends it ever so slightly more, and then back to where he needs it. So where did we get to? We got to this. Pull off to that 8th. So I'll explain that a bit better actually. Bend it up, the 10th of the B. Bend it up just slightly more. So. And then kind of pull it down, pull off to the 8th of the B. So far we'll go. End up on the 7th of the B. And then we're going to go 9th, 8th, 9th of the G string. So then we're going to finally end up on this. So that's going to be 7th to hammer onto the 8th, pull off to back to 7th, go to the 9th of the G, 9th of the D, 10th of the A, and then 7 for the A, which is an E string, and back into the E's. Very slow song, by the way. Like I say, it's a 3/4 timing, which generally are quite slow songs, 3/4 timing songs. And yeah, it's a good one to play with the looper pedal if you've got a looper pedal. Like I said, the Ditto looper's only about 70 quid. You could probably pick a second-hand one up for 40 quid or something like that. And very good little tool. And I might even do a video of just me jamming over that same chord sequence, chord progression, because it's quite a fun one to do. And like I say, if you try and listen out for the licks that Philip Sayce is getting in the song, you can steal some of those. And they're very Hendrixy, very Stevie Ray Vaughan, obviously 2 of my favourites, and if you're watching this, probably 2 of your favourites as well. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.